Hey everybody, and welcome to week 9 of English 145. We are past the halfway point officially. We're into the second half of this class. So kind of right off the bat, I want to just note, which this will be in the announcement email as well, that I have finished assessing your Unit 1 major projects. Those are in there for you with comments from me based off of your Unit 1 community-based assessment pedagogy discussion, where I've kind of given you feedback in the different areas that you guys kind of said that you valued in that assignment. And then I did kind of like a point breakdown based off of that as well, right? So read those comments, especially the ones on the uptake submission notes, because you're doing the uptake submission notes again, right? For Unit 2. And so, if I said like, hey, you didn't really talk about your antecedent knowledge and how that affected the creation of your project, that's something that you can then work on in your Unit 2 uptake submission notes, right? So those, will be helpful for you as well. And so if you have any questions about my comments, if you have any questions about your grade, I am more than happy to meet with you and talk with you about it. And it shouldn't be like a scary thing or something that you feel intimidated to do. Like, I'm totally down to talk about anything that you want about assessment. So that's up to you if you want to take that route. If you did do any of the bonus, that will be reflected in the comments as well, where I gave you the total of like, without the bonus, this is what you would have gotten. With the bonus, this is your new score, and that's the new score that goes into the ReggieNet gradebook. And so if you did all of the bonus videos and things like that, your grade would increase dramatically, right? So if you're doing these are 5 points a piece, so say you watch 4 weeks, that's 20 points, that's 2 letter grades for the first unit. So if you are doing the extra credit, good for you. Appreciate that, and also it helps you out as well. So with that, kind of then moving into the second unit, it's taking me a little bit to kind of catch up on my grading, and so the stuff that's for Unit 2, like your TLDR, your analysis for your podcasts, your first student-led discussion of like this unit, that all I will get assessed soon, so you'll have a better reflection of like where you're at the moment in the class. So if you have any questions about grades or anything like that, again, totally down to meet with you. So then moving into what we're doing this week, Tuesday is the personal well-being day. So the personal well-being days are in replacement, which is not something I would have done as an administrator to get rid of spring break and do these personal well-being days, which is fine, but people deserve like a break. So I think that the things that I have planned for this week hopefully are going to be easy and things you can kind of work on, because you should be taking time to take an actual break. So that kind of leads me into my extra credit question for this week, which is, what are some things that you do for like your own like self-care? And self-care, I think, well, it depends on like, what kind of media you're consuming, but a lot of times, especially in like more geared towards like the specific audience of like women or women identifying people, where it's like face masks and bubble baths, that's self-care, which is true for some people, right? But that's not going to fix all of your problems. So what are you going to do that's going to help you specifically like feel better? And so I wanted to share as well some things that I do to make me feel better. So the first thing, which is something that I'm going to do later today, because it is so nice this weekend outside. If you are living in the Blono area, it is so nice out, and the nicest it's been in a long time. So I'm going to go roller skating today, and here are my roller skates. They're from Impala. My best friend got these for me for Christmas. And they're so fun. I love roller skating, and I think we're gonna go roller skate to a brewery and get some beers, because what else is there to do right now that's outside and is COVID safe. So we're gonna go do that, I think. So I'm excited to go roller skating. And so to me, why this is self-care is it's being active. And so being active to me makes me feel better always. So if I need to like go on a walk, or if I want to go for a run, or if I want to do like a workout class on my TV or something like that, being active like literally makes me feel better because of like the endorphins and things like that that are being released when you do work out, when you move your body. And so sometimes it takes me like a bit, especially if I'm not in a very good place or in a good mood or something like that, to like actually get up and like do something is hard sometimes. And so I have to kind of force myself to do it, but once I do, I'm always happy that I did it. And so finding like fun ways for you to be active, right? So if you're like, I don't want to go for a run. Like I went for a 7-mile run yesterday, and like that's not everybody's cup of tea, and I understand that. But doing something like this, roller skating, going just for a walk in a park that you've never been to. If you are in the Bologna area, going and walking on Constitution Trail, riding your bike, or if you don't have a bike, or whatever, like just being active. I feel like this was a long, rambly video, but I don't have a ton to talk about this week because there is the Personal Wellbeing Day, so we can just chat about self-care. So to me, that's something that makes me like physically and like mentally feel better, is being active in some way, and finding like little fun things to do to be active that aren't just like going to the gym, right? Or going for a run. So roller skating, highly recommend. If you haven't been roller skating, or you haven't in a long time, it's a good time. Okay, so then moving on to things that you're doing for Thursday, is again, hopefully something that will be easy for you because you've already done this, right? So you're doing your community-based assessment pedagogy, for Unit 2. So again, looking back over the prompt and saying, okay, here's what I value in this assignment, and then, ranking them. And I don't know if last time, because they were just bullet points and not numbers, I don't know necessarily if it was ranked in order of value. I assumed that it kind of was. So making sure, you're ranking what you value, and then you're also splitting up the points between the podcast, the transcript, and the USN. And this unit project is 200 points versus 100 points. So there's a lot more at stake. So how are you going to kind of put those things together? What do you value in these assignments? Do you think that for the, transcript, you need to have it completely accurate, and why? Things like that. So hopefully that's easy for you. And then again, so you'll do that in the Google Doc, and then in the forum you explain what you've done. So if you added to the Google Doc, you can talk about that. If you subtracted, if you commented, if you left notes or anything like that, or if you added something, whatever the case may be, and then explaining what choices you made and why you made them. Or if you go into the Google Doc and you're like, I agree with everything, you can say that, but you just need to explain why. Like if you didn't actually make any changes, that's fine. You don't have to make changes, but you just have to explain why you made those changes then. Make sense? All right. So yeah, and again, if I didn't explain it with the extra credit, just email me your self-care. And again, if you make it multimodal with some sort of photo, video, link, whatever, that is fun for me as well to experience. So I like our little show and tells. That's pretty much it. Again, take time for yourself this week. Hopefully the CBAP thing should take you, like 20 minutes out of your week. So hopefully that's not too bad. And again, in the other categories, just keep working on your podcasts. Get familiar with the Anchor app if you're going to use that, or whatever platform you're going to use to create your podcast. If you haven't set up your interview yet, please do that soon. Come up with those interview questions. If you want to run your interview questions by me, you're welcome to do that. You can email me, you can come to the lunchtime chats. That's totally fine. So hopefully that works for you all. And yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say. So have a good week 9, everybody, and good luck with your projects. Take some time for yourself on the Personal Wellbeing Days. Make it feel like at least a little bit like you're having a spring break. So